Solpeth diol manin. I'll bet none of you've ever been greeted in Enochian before. Well, that's what you got today. Technically, what I just said was "hearken to my mind," which may as well be the tagline of my entire channel at this point. I might just make it so. But anyway, as for the topic of the day, the one benefit, if that's really the word we want to use for it, of having a chronic illness that sees you spend the lion's share of your best years in and out of the hospital is that it gives you ample time to sit and think. I've spent many of those years pondering on things like life, death, metaphysics, creativity, the nature of gods, immortality, and so on and so forth. And during all this, I've constructed something akin to Isaac Asimov's 3 laws of robotics. Only instead of governing the moral and ethical behavior of AI, it instead describes the base Newtonian-esque principles of godhood. Of course, as is my standard way, we must begin by defining our parameters. First and foremost, what is a god? What is power? And what exactly does it mean to create? Well, the first and simplest of these 3 is power means the ability to do. To say that something is within my power is equivalent to saying, I can do that. So far, so good. Second, a god, or deity, is a being whose power is such that they can instigate change through their thought and will alone. Abracadabra. Let it be as I speak. Amen. Let it be done. Fiat. So be it. You get the idea. Third, and by far most importantly, to create is to produce by an effort of action and or will something that is wholly unique. This is a vital distinction, as it is opposed to production, which is the rote combination of prefabricated components, such as in meiotic cell division or a factory assembly line, and it is opposed to generation, which is the production of pre-designed elements, such as in scrapbooks or photoshopped YouTube thumbnails. All right. Now that you have a working idea of just what I mean by God, let us get on to the real meat of the matter. The 3 laws of divinity, as I understand them, are as follows. Law 1, the law of remittance. What is 1 cannot be 2. What is 2 cannot be 1. What is separate cannot be whole. What is whole cannot be separate. A god cannot create without diminishing itself, as a part of its soul always goes into the creation process. Law 2, the law of dissociation. To exist is an act in itself. To create is an act in itself. To merely exist is not an act of creation. To create is to not merely exist. A god can never inhabit their creation, nor possess any significant part of it, without either becoming one with it or renouncing its godhood in the process. Law 3, the law of immersion. Where there is an up must be a down. Where there is a right must be a wrong. Where there is light, there is dark. As above, so below. As within, so without. As the soul, so the universe. A god cannot create that which is not already of itself. Much like my Source of Furries video, this is more of an esoteric shower thought I had while looped up on pain meds than an actual philosophical deep dive. The reason I'm posting it is because it dovetails nicely into another pair of videos I'm working on, wherein I outline several points on the psychological roots of fantasy and its flowers in religion, politics, and culture overall. Stay tuned if you want to hear just how, or if, I managed to square that little 4D circle. But until then, thanks for watching, and Godspeed.